So welcome on another episode Forner on tour. Right now we are in New Zealand in Sage Door company. Lydia picked up us from the airport, so that's the reason why I'm looking like this. Sorry for this inconvenience. I hope this interview will be more professional than my look. Welcome in another episode Forner on tour. My name is Włodzimierz Włoch. I'm a brand manager of Forner, and I'm contacting our customers in different places in the world and ask them about trends. First of all, I would like to introduce you, what company you are represented, and what are you doing in your home country.
Perfect. My name is Lydia. I work for Sage Doors. So we're a family business. We're based in New Zealand. Welcome to New Zealand also. And we supply doors to kitchen companies all over New Zealand. So we manufacture with product from Forner, and we manufacture also with other products as well, but we work very closely with you guys.
Okay, what's the main difference between your company and the other companies on your market?
We're a family business, and so we're a lot more adaptable to what our customers need. So we also are a lot more flexible to their needs. We have a very short lead time, so our lead time is only about 4 days or shorter. We have a lot more automation in our factory to ensure a lot more consistency. And yeah, we just love working with our customers.
Long story short, we are from Poland, Forner is from Poland, you are from New Zealand. How does it started?
So being in a small country like New Zealand, there aren't many suppliers. And so when we first started working with the Sinosan product, we were importing from another country, and then that company closed. And so we needed to find an alternative. And so we approached a number of different companies that worked with the Sinosan product that we wanted pressed onto the MDF. And we visited a number of different companies and wanted someone that would get it to us in the right sheet size and the right thicknesses. And so when we were first of all looking, we actually emailed Sebastian, and we said to him, we're looking at maybe pressing it ourselves or importing it from, different companies. And Sebastian said to us, if you only drink beer once a week, why would you buy a brewery? So if you're only pressing board once a week, why would you buy a brewery? Why would you buy a press? And so long story short, now we work with Forner. But one of the things we really love about working with Forner is that you guys are very specific to our sheet sizes that we want. And so when we were importing, we said all the thicknesses need to be 18 millimeters thick. And you were the only company that said to us, yes, we can do that. All the other companies replied, no, it needs to be the press on 16 or 18 mil MDF, but you can't get on 16 and a half or 17 because it's a custom made product. And so Forner has been very flexible to our needs. Okay, so the flexibility was the main reason. The second reason was Sebastian's attitude. Yeah, Sebastian, definitely. Okay. And the third thing, you can say something about the quality of the products. Mm-hmm. What about that? No, joke. I don't know. No, so we, when we first all were moving away from the company that we were working with, we had some issues with some dimples and stuff. And so Forner was also very specific around choosing the brand MDF that would work with to ensure a really consistent flat finish. But also we've had a really great relationship with Forner in supporting us to have the specific quality that we were looking for. And so they really work hard to achieve that. I heard that you have sometimes some issues, like, you're in a very specific country, like, you don't want to introduce any new species here, like so on. And for example, the container of our product, when it arrives here, there's a control. Could you say something about that? Because it's yes. It could be a fun fact. So when we import containers into New Zealand, it's like coming in through border security. And so we've got to check that there's no, molds and plant species and insects. And through COVID, because there were some shipping delays, there was a lot more time for insects to breed. And so sometimes you guys would load up a container and then it would take like 3-4 months to get to New Zealand just due to shipping delays. And over that time it was a perfect opportunity for spiders to breed. And so some containers we had like hundreds of spiders that we needed to kill, which I did not enjoy.
Okay, but finally the products are here on the market. And what's our opinion about the products here from your customers? Like, three, four sentence about it.
Mm-hmm. So our customers like working with the mat product because it's a cost-effective option, but it's also a good quality option. It doesn't show a lot of fingerprints. It doesn't scratch too easily. So it's good, quality for price that you pay. It's a really great option. And so, over the last 10 years, we've built quite a market for that kind of product here in New Zealand.
Okay, the main reason by doing this TV show, YouTube show, is introduce the different markets to our customers. We want to show how the market looks like in different countries. So could you tell us a few things about the market here in New Zealand? How does it look like? What the colors are most popular? What's the main materials are used here, and so on?
So we use a lot of melamine products in New Zealand. It's affordable, it's easy to work with, but there's also a lot of acrylics because it kind of provides an alternative to a lacquered finish. New Zealand has probably got one of the highest rates of laser edge in the world per capita. I'd say, some of our suppliers would say that to us. Our edge tape supplier, for example. But there's also a lot of wood grains are quite common, and painted finishes also. And New Zealand follows a lot of European trends, and so things that people are seeing in Europe is kind of what ends up coming to New Zealand. So there's a lot of profiles as well at the moment, so lacquered doors, so people will have a lot of lineal profiles, curves, narrow frames, all of that kind of stuff is quite popular in New Zealand at the moment.
And when it comes to the colors?
White is always the most popular. If it's white or white, maybe sometimes black and a bit of green, although we don't import that from you. And then also the blue like we've got right here, but yeah, white is definitely the most popular.
I'm laughing because it's, the same thing in each country. The white is most popular and common. I don't know why.
It's timeless.
Yeah, definitely. And what's about, the materials? It's mainly MDF here, or there's a different...
Yes. So New Zealand uses pretty much all MDF. New Zealand is actually a huge manufacturer of MDF as well. So our customers are very specific about the kind of MDF that is used on our product, which is also why you guys are very careful for us. So our market is quite fussy, but also we don't really use particle board much in New Zealand. So we do use particle board or chipboard for some carcasses, but not for much else.
Okay, I know that you visiting Europe constantly. Could you say what's the main difference between New Zealand market and European market, in production process and so on?
New Zealand is just a much smaller scale to most European markets. And so our customers have very small businesses, so maybe 1 to 2 people in the company. And there's just a lot of very small businesses in New Zealand.
Mm-hmm. That's the main difference. And there's a small things.
Small things.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think actually New Zealand is very bespoke, very custom made. So instead of having very standard sized cabinets, there'll be very people design a kitchen specifically to the space. Mm-hmm. So not many people will buy a kitchen off the shelf in New Zealand. If you want a new kitchen, you'll call your local cabinet maker, and maybe he works by himself or with 1 or 2 other people, and then he'll design the kitchen to the space. Mm-hmm. But there isn't a lot of a lot of it's very bespoke.
This will be the final question. What will be the future challenges on the New Zealand market? Because right now in Europe we are struggling with some crisis and so on. What's here? What's the main
I think issues to New Zealand has for a long time and will continue to be shipping delays. With each different challenge, the shipping prices go really high and the lead times stretch out by several weeks. So that's always one really big challenge. But I think also just inflation in general, it's kind of global. But we've got to turn a challenge into a strength. And so, how can we support our customers better through that as well? And so a lot of companies will use us for different reasons, to help them kind of consolidate their business a little bit more as well.
Mm-hmm. And what will be the future of furniture market here in New Zealand?
Sage Doors will be the number one. That's jokes.
Okay, thank you very much. No, we don't cut it. It was okay. Thank you very much. I hope that everything is recorded.